still, it's the right one.
Thank you, Georgine.
Right. Good morning, everyone. I apologize for the delay. We had some technical difficulties. It is 9:03, Thursday, August 21st. I will call this meeting of the Town of LaPointe Board of Harbor Commissioners for the Town of LaPointe to order. With us this morning, we have Susan Widmar, Michael Collins.
Here.
Jay Wiltz.
Here.
Myself. Glenn Carlson.
Here.
And Mary Ross via Zoom.
Here.
Staff present, we have Katie Kisner. And from Madeline Island Ferry Line, we have Cal Linehan and Robin Russell. First up on the agenda is public comment. Go ahead, Elena.
So the first schedule changes September 2nd. We have 6 kids going to soccer on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursday we have intervals, but Tuesday glass boats at 6 o'clock. And soccer ends at 7. So mine is one of them, but we're gonna be staying over, but there's Savannah, Tilly, Caius, Ollie, and Cyrus. I have not, none of the parents has reached out to me, but I know it is gonna come up. So I saw this need.
Is it, Elena, just one day that,
Well, suffers on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Thursday we have later vote, so it's not on.
So it's just one.
So just the Tuesday.
and only one Tuesday?
No, it goes through like October. But till April 1st for sure. I can follow up and find out the dates. And you don't have to decide anything now. I can come back to that after I talk to the parents. So I'm trying to have a parent meeting next week so we can figure these things out. I know there's some girls that are doing volleyball, and I talked to Loretta Gwen, and they said they should be done by 5, but they were gonna check because that started. So that might be another thing, but if they're done by 5, the last boats are at 6, I think they're okay.
I would confirm the dates and attendance. And work with Katie.
Yep, and then I have one more question, and that's more like personal. Sammy's been enrolling, she's gonna go to the Washburn School. There's so many residents here. But for him going to Washburn, you know, we're gonna be coming maybe one night a week here, and then weekends we're gonna be here. Does he being prepared? He travels, he's still an island kid. He's enrolled in a different district, he's not gonna, not like to go to school and back and forth, but just.
I think we'll have to look through that policy. We've been working on it, so we'll have to see how that fits in.
Sure, okay, yeah, because I just don't, you know, I mean, we have the pass.
Not sure if it works with open enrollment and
We're
stuff.
not, he's not gonna be registered in the Deerfield School. He is going to Washburn, but he is on the island, but I don't know how it's, anyway, so that's something,
Robin can probably look into that.
that's a person.
Any other public comment? I have one thing that I would like to read from Connie Teisberg. Dear Harbor Committee members, I'm writing this letter with some concerns I have about the no wake zone rule in place between the town dock and the marina. I spend quite a bit of time sitting on a dock in that bay during the long hot summers, watching boats speed around that corner, maybe heading to a popular watering hole, but not realizing that there are swimmers just around the corner as well. There are no physical signs indicating that it's a no wake zone. And I know that it is listed as a no wake zone on a nautical map, but many of those people are not looking at the map as they speed across the lake towards the island from Bayfield. My suggestion is to put a sign up on the breakwall indicating no wake zone. I think this is a terrible, regrettable, traumatic accident waiting to happen. Putting a sign out there could be a very inexpensive fix for avoiding such an incident. I would go as far as to offer to make the signs. I hope to hear a response from your committee soon on what you decide to do, if anything.
I'll make a public comment. I tried to get that on the agenda, but I was just one day late, so we'll address it. Get it on next week's agenda.
Is this something that the town can simply do on their own as a safety issue?
Probably Cal, is there any reason that the town couldn't do that?
So I don't see why not. I mean, it's I think where you publish, where you would post the sign, you know, would depend, because the Army Corps of Engineers is responsible for, you know, a certain portion of the docks. You know, so that would be my only, you know, is making sure that it's on a town asset, I think makes it the easiest.
I was gonna say, I think I remember that, the Corps of Engineers ceded the break wall and things like that to the town after 10 years.
Okay.
Although we still have to send traffic in to, justify the money that they spent on in the past on there, so we send in traffic in, but they've never, you know, thought of it as a.
I think they'd be in favor of safety measures.
Right, and I think, they cede it to the local municipality, I think also, because then they don't have to take care of it. Makes sense.
I propose that we ask the town to do this from Public Works.
I would suggest one at each end, one on the marina break wall and one on the, you could probably coordinate with the marina to get one up there.
You know anybody, Chief?
It's gonna be no problem.
Thanks.
Yes.
Action.
There's no further public comment. Let's move on to the minutes of the August 4th meeting.
I'm a little confused about item 3D, not about how the newsletter was coming along. But he requested a budget order for the refrigeration truck by September. Was that actually a budget order? I don't know what a budget order is, first of all.
3D.
Remember he's been asking, or he was curious, I think he phrased it that he was curious about how much the refrigeration truck has brought in and how much we've lost
Well,
with
that
it.
was John Carlson.
Yeah, but I don't remember a specified time or,
Third quarter, at the end of third quarter, he wanted to know how much money we had collected.
How about instead of budget order, it'd be budget report?
Sure. Basically, yeah.
I think that's what he was probably getting at.
The revenue.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing else. I will move that we approve the minutes as amended.
A second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, Chief Administrative Officer's report.
Hey.
You might want to mute Mary.
That's a cat?
I think she's babysitting.
Oh.
I have the current balance of the Harbor Commission bank accounts as of today, August 19th. The municipal utility check account was at $1,520,219.22. The August revenue, this was as of Tuesday, was just under 856,000. That puts us at about 71.49% of the budgeted income for the month. I will say that that amount does include the catching up. It's like 29,000 from the UPS that we were delayed. But if I remove that, it just drops us like 1%. So We're still pretty on track for August revenue. We do have the non-interest and revenue bond debt service payments December 1st. I would recommend to the Harbor Commission that we go ahead and make our next transfer from the utility account to the savings account in preparation for that. Because we do have obviously quite a bit in our checking account, which a chunk of that will be with the bills today. I might recommend, and I've plugged it into our cash flow, and I don't see why it would be an issue to go ahead and put away 2 of those transfers this month for the 183,000. That would leave us with just 2 more transfer needed, but by the end of November. I did include July reports because for today's bill, we do have the July expenses along with the June credit card expenses. As well as Miffle's report to the Harbor Commission. Not sure if anybody had any specific questions about that, but I'm also happy to answer those in detail later as well. And then Robin did provide just kind of a quick update of the traffic. In comparison, this was June through, like she said, last weekend, so it was August 17th. Just in comparison to last year's numbers.
They look pretty good. I mean, I don't know, if it's economy or if it's fair increase, but I think, for adults, down 0.9% and cars 2.2%. When we raised those fares about 20%.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty good.
Robin?
I was just gonna say that I checked with other Great Lakes operators and, like us, it's, traffic has softened. Yeah, you too, in August, there were, it was a soft spring. Then it picked up and then softened in August, and we think it's, economy and so.
Thank you.
Then the last thing on my report was just kind of a reminder, since we are in August, we did have, based on the spreadsheet that Cal had worked with me to put together, I think this was like back in May, regarding the capital projects. It looks like, and this is something that I'll want to confirm in more detail with Cal. It looks like our next round of capital projects will be starting next month. And from what is on that spreadsheet, it looks like there's a total of like $278,000 worth of capital projects that will begin at that time. Once again, this is something that I will reconfirm with Cal. And I would also like to, with this spreadsheet, I think the goal was for Cal by the end of, or after the HAP grant project, to be able to fill this in more detail. Once we get to that point, I'm able to more accurately put that into our cash flow. Right now, it's kind of hard to judge that because I don't know what we've actually already spent in detail on those capital projects. So that is something that I will work with Cal on. I did just want to bring that up again. And I'm happy to resend the spreadsheet to commissioners with the dates.
Is your hand up, Cal?
Yes, if I may. Yes, that is the intention. Katie, summarized that very well, but that is the plan is, essentially in September, our staffing and scheduling is going to start going down. We're going to have some reduced trips. Once we're through the bulk of this, the wall being built, we'll still have the dredging and piling, but that shouldn't be anywhere near as energy intensive as what is currently going on. So yeah, that is the plan, and I hope to have something really helpful for Katie and for you guys to look at okay, here's by month, here's how much we anticipate to spend. Here's how the parts are going to come in, here's when the bills will be due. And, tracking those items, as they're going through the system.
Great. So do we need a motion to have her go ahead and move the transfers?
Well, we're gonna, on item 11, I think we might be giving some latitude
Okay.
to you, Zach and Katie, to do that kind of thing.
Okay. Oh, I see. Anyone have anything else for Katie?
I would move that we accept Katie's report as submitted.
I will second that. Is there any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, we have Harbor Assistance Program project updates.
So I'd like to start off with, kind of just the physical updates on it. It is going very well. There has been no major surprises. Everything is staying relatively on schedule. We were anticipating, being done with the equipment out of here by the 29th. As of today, that still looks reasonable, that we're still on track to do that. With then at the 29th, the equipment will be gone, but the cement will still need another 7 days from the final day to pour. And then that dock should be able to go into use for light traffic. So that's putting us into, the first couple of weeks in September, we'll be looking at, being able to utilize that dock. Outside of that update, like I said earlier, once we're through this, we will start on the dredging and the piling portion, which should be significantly more straightforward than, this construction portion. And we'll get that started right away in September to hopefully, have the dredging completed by October. And I had it written on my calendar there, but I do have a meeting scheduled with Erica in October, to come in and finalize, the completion of the project. So she would show up, look at everything, show her all of the components of it, ultimately sign off. At that stage is when we would get the final remaining 5% of their contribution paid back out. But that's currently what we have on the books. So I don't know if, the Harbor Commission would like to be present for that walkthrough, but it's currently scheduled for tentatively mid-October, should everything be, staying on track there. As far as the payment reimbursement, I got a hold of Erica and we went through it. The explanation that I was given was there wasn't all of the work that we did that was handed over to Halstead did not make it into her hands. So everything had to be restarted. We talked about that a few meetings ago. I followed up with where is that process at, because we had, re-given them all the bills and all of the information, to which I believe I sent Katie a message. I don't know if that made it to the rest of the Harbor Commission. Last week I was told there was they were anticipating 10 days from the day I sent the email. Have you gotten a check yet, Katie? Are you?
We have not, and I don't think I didn't see that email either, but I'll look again.
Okay, sorry about that. Yeah, I thought I sent an email saying, that confirmed with Erica, she's gone through, she's approved it. She submitted it to the check writing agency. They take 3 days to make the check. Then it takes like 7 business days, potentially for the check to arrive. So that's where we're last at. I've tried following up since. I haven't been able to get in touch with her, but I'm hoping to have more updates on that shortly. So we're not waiting on a approval. It's been approved. We're just waiting for the check to arrive. I don't know if there's any specific questions that I could answer, but that's the generalized update.
Thank you.
Have any further questions? let's move on then to number 7, consider dockside lease agreement.
We approve the lease agreement with, Dave Johnson and Mike Rasmus and like 3 Labs Up North LLC.
I'll second.
I'm going to amend that because it is the town board signature required on here, and I will, maybe I'll make a new motion that we recommend the town board approve the lease.
With our approval?
Yeah.
Second,
There's no further discussion. All in favor?
I,
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Next up, Bayfield School District contract.
Elena, did they approve this yet or? Aware?
I have not seen it.
Haley told me this way, Lauren and I had sent them a copy of the updated pricing. There were no concerns with it. Let us know when they're ready for them to sign the contract.
Ready?
Are we ready? Yeah.
I mean, that's our final draft.
This is our proposal.
And
Nice.
Let's get it to
so
them.
we're ready.
Is that a motion?
Yeah, I'll make a motion that we send this proposed contract for transportation of students to Bayfield for approval.
I'll second that.
Any discussion? All in favor?
I,
Aye.
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 Opposed? Motion carries. Oh, go ahead, Robin.
I was just gonna say, I don't know, did you send us a copy of that so we can put it into our?
Yeah, I'll forward you.
Yeah.
It's pretty much exactly the same, minus but yes, I will.
Next up, discussion on Big Top special boats. No, there was
To be further discussion, I think we decided that
there was a new request also, but I don't see it in the packet here.
I think that there was one more inquiry about whether or not there would be a late vote for September 19th. That came in through the website submission. And then I think that we had this on the agenda in case anybody got back to us with
Hmm.
the passenger counts or like this, who they thought would be attending, just in case we'd be able to. We haven't heard any specific numbers or anything.
I think that should be our standard response is, you know, if you can get a number for ridership and it's a lot of people, then we can.
I know Lauren's reached out to.
And we might need to define a lot.
Well, I think they did. Cal, didn't you define what the ridership needed to be for a special boat?
Well, we talked about the
To break even?
the break even, yeah, which again, I can't remember off the top of my head, but I believe Robin said it was around it's like 1,000. I mean, again, it's 1,300, I thought, but
I recall like 14.
So do I.
Yeah.
All in costs are closer to 15.
unless again, if they want to organize and have one person pay the 1,000 and, they can collect from however many people they want, right?
I'm open.
When it's a special boat like that, Cal, do they have to, Robin, do the passengers also pay?
yes.
Like when
The
Woody,
passengers already bought their ticket, so they went over, and when they use the ticket to come back, it's not really extra revenue, it's just costs.
One way.
So,
But yeah, I mean, I believe I can't hear Robin very well, but yes, when you pay for the special boat, it just assures the boat will make a trip. You still have to pay your regular fare.
still gotta give them the ticket.
got it, okay, that's,
Okay, so I've got a question. Now we're at $1,500 instead of the $800 for a big top late boat?
It's 1,000.
That's I believe that's overall cost and not the rate. when you factor in depreciation, insurance, everything into the equation, I believe.
Yeah, I
that-
understand
Okay.
that, but if there's nobody who's gonna pay the $800 for a special boat, then the potential 30, 50, 80 people who might be going to this concert from Madeline Island now have to fork over $1,500 additional dollars?
I think we'd still have to follow the tariffs, the published tariffs for the late boat, which isn't the 14, it's whatever it's written in there, closer to that 800 or 1,000.
And we always check in advance. Yeah.
Mhm.
I think that's,
Nothing much.
Yeah.
keep that, of course.
Move on to agenda item 10, discussion regarding the gravel parking lot in Bayfield.
I agree with Robin that it would probably behoove us to. Did you already write a letter to Bayfield? Is it the chamber that said that it's public parking? Robin?
Clear map.
Their map said it was public park, and I believe that Leanne, sent something to, Bayfield Chamber, that they were gonna put a notice about it, but when you have a map out there and a notice on the
Yeah.
website.
Right.
Yeah, I totally agree with Nipple's response, and it's limited parking and it's really essential for both
We paid attention.
operations and
We did.
100%. So I think Bayfield should find their own public parking.
Me.
You should change the map.
They should change the map.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously,
Not now.
they're not gonna reprint, however many thousands, but the next time they print it, hopefully.
Well, and Katie Buttke, who works over there, has had a lot of problems because, all these big campers are coming in and, it's not made for campers anyway, just because the length of the spaces and things like that. They're blocking this, and they're blocking that. So I mean, you can't blame them because they looked on the map or they saw whatever, but it really snarls things up.
We should put meters on there at $50 a day. And you'll get a pass if you're a customer or an
You have a ferry
employee.
ticket?
Yeah.
It's a good idea.
No.
Yeah, then you have to have somebody there all the time.
Right.
Oh.
How it was,
I have had people ask me if they could buy a parking spot over there. If it was an Islander, and I said, I don't think so.
Yeah.
Would this letter come from the Harbor Commission or would it come from Miffle?
It sounds like Leanne already started something, so I'm sure Miffle can handle it.
But, Dan's out for a week and a half. And so. I'll see what feels.
It seems straightforward enough.
Is it something that additional signage would help? I can't remember what's over there on that.
Signage really doesn't help, I mean,
I think Katie Buttke said she's already ordered
Yeah.
additional signage.
but I mean, that's.
Yeah.
It helps some, but.
Go ahead, Cal.
Yep, my understanding of the situation is yes, I mean, we can write the letter and we can continue the communication. If we could just get something from the Harbor Commission just stating like a one sentence, hey, no, this is not, we do not view this as public parking, this is for our customers. That would be great, so we could just pass that along and we could continue the dialogue from there.
I'll make that motion.
Second. And suggest that Katie write the letter and send it off to Cal.
Katie Buttke. Is that, or?
I think Katie, he wants something from the Harbor Commission in writing to
Okay,
act on.
so it's going from the Harbor Commission to Miffle, and then
Right.
Miffle's gonna write a letter.
Right.
That's right, in one sentence.
Yeah.
Okay.
Both?
Oh, sure. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Motion carries. Next up, authorize general authority to make transfers between accounts at Bremer.
And this was my request or suggestion. Right now, we've got $1.5 million in the utility checking account earning 0 interest. And even at 4% and $1 million, we'd be getting like $100 a day of interest. And so rather than have the Harbor Commission have to approve every time that we're going to say, okay, you can move this much from that. We authorize that all three, Harbor Commission President, the Chief Administrative Officer, and the Town Treasurer have to sign off on transfers between the MIFL, the 4 or 5 accounts that we have. And I'm going to make some changes to your form
Okay.
just to specify that it's going to be, you know, sort of like this from this account to this account.
Okay.
And there are only going to be MIFL accounts on there. So that, you know, we can't set up a separate account and get around this. And just indicate that it's Bremer Bank or Old National Bank.
I was gonna say, the ferry line, when we did this, there's like a certain type of an investment account. And only because to get FDIC coverage for $250, they would park the money in a couple different places. That, I kept that just, you know, not that I don't think Bremer is safe, but.
Yeah.
It's a little like.
CDARS.
Yeah.
I can
Senator
send you
District, that's
what the
right.
title of it is.
CDARS. It's called CDARS, CDARS.
That's not the way that I was.
Okay.
Those are usually locked in for a specified period,
Oh,
like
okay.
2 months, a year, 4 months, whatever.
Anyhow.
Money market account is what, it's our flexible one.
So this would also then authorize Zach, Katie, and the treasurer to transfer money from the utility account to any of the debt service accounts. Basically, it's in the debt service accounts that we're making interest. And so if, you know, if it seems prudent to put $1 million in a debt service account, well, then put $1 million in the debt service account. And when you need it for, you know, to pay bills, just transfer it back and obviously report to the commission. But, you know, if we're going to start having meetings, maybe just twice a month, you know, that would not probably be sufficient for, you know, this kind of cash management to happen.
It'll also benefit once we start making more payments for the HAP project, because all of that money is sitting in one of the savings accounts right now. And when we're writing those checks, we'll want to be able to transition those to our utility account.
So I'll make the motion that the Harbor Commission President, together with the Chief Administrative Officer and the Town Treasurer, be authorized in concert with each other to transfer funds between Harbor Commission accounts at Bremer Bank or Old National Bank when the merger is complete.
I'll second.
Is there any discussion? Favor?
I,
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Who we got next? Approval of bills.
I move that we approve the bills in the amount of $502,889.11. And that includes $449,000 to MIFL LLC for various reimbursements.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Motion carries. Future agenda items.
Did we put it down in this?
I think we discussed the signage, so I can't think of anything else that came up in our meeting.
Let's throw that on there though, potentially in case we need to do further research or take any other action.
Okay.
Go ahead, Cal.
I just want to make sure too, with that, I don't think it's a bad idea to revisit the signage. Is there any expectations as of right now that you have of MIFL in, gathering any data for you about the signage or anything like that? I just want to make sure if you want us looking into something or doing something that I'm clear on.
Cal, I think you could just look into if there's any reason why it's like not okay to put up signs to regulate a waterway or something that we're doing that would affect any kind of regulations that are outside of our jurisdiction.
But as far as the actual signs, Cal, I think the town can both order those or produce them and install them.
Excellent. Okay, so I will take care of just going through any regulations on that, see if I can dig something up.
Thanks.
Great, thank you. I guess we'll develop the agenda as we go along here. When do we want to meet?
Well, I think did we say the first Monday, which is Labor Day?
Yeah.
I'll be gone Tuesday afternoon, the 2nd. Could we make it Monday, the 8th in the afternoon?
Or that following Thursday in the morning?
Well, we did say we'd try to do one afternoon.
Was it the last week of the month?
I don't know if we got that.
So that Monday is Labor Day.
Yeah, so.
So do we want to wait a full week? Or do we want to just? And how does that work with the financial info? I think that's when our afternoon meeting should work, is when we do the,
Right.
Well,
I guess we have it at every meeting. So.
Zach, I know you have conflicts. Would Thursday afternoon work for you? Or? The 28th?
Could possibly.
That would be next week.
Yeah,
That'd be fine with me.
Well, do we need to meet that soon?
I won't have any additional.
I don't think we have a whole lot of agendas forcing items.
Right.
How about the following Thursday at 4 o'clock? Yeah.
The 7th?
That could work.
That's not the 7th, that's the
That's the
4th.
4th.
Right.
Looking at.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
so I think we go the next week.
Oh, Evan, do you have your hand up?
Yeah, he does.
Oh,
It's the,
Oh, it's the mouse.
Oh, never mind.
so the 4th, Thursday, the 4th at 4:30, is that? If we agree to do what have we been to do?
I think we were doing like the first meeting of the month. It was 4:30. I would just need to double check. There was a conflict with somebody else meeting in the evenings on Thursdays,
Oh, that's right.
and I forgot what those are.
That's the affordable housing, and I think they meet the 3rd Thursday of the month.
Okay,
Okay, so we're all right.
okay.
So let's do the 4th.
September 4th at 4:30.
Public comment B? Go ahead.
Okay, we sent in the Harbor Commission report for July. I just want to reiterate that the passenger terminal, that back window, Bob Fine was able to do a short-term fix on the windows, we didn't have to put the window in. But all around the window, you could put a screwdriver, a pen right through the siding. And until it's opened up, we don't know how much it is in there. One of our captains who does some maintenance has solicited bids from a number of people. They feel nobody wants to bid, nobody has time to do the work. I think we need to go together because that could implode. I mean, it's being held up by the paint and the fiber. So I would say, I may have a contractor that I've talked to and get an idea, but I don't think, we can't do time, they're gonna have to do time of materials. Because it's
You don't know.
in bad shape, and then we'll need, to get it painted too, for staining. We also, I would strongly encourage you that we need to go ahead with that staining of the, passenger terminal. There's so much peeling paint and it's the stain that protects the wood. Otherwise, I mean, we have some rot going up from the deck. So I think we have to get on that. If we can find anybody, everybody's like booked out a year.
I think that sounds agenda worthy for our next meeting to make sure that we address the building's concerns.
And I mean, we don't have that much time. It's fall.
1 week.
Yeah, if you can get it, I think, Robin, maybe by our next meeting, if you would have some sort of even if it's just time and materials, what the time rate is and, you know, kind of that kind of thing, so that we actually have something tangible.
Well, we had a bid on the state, but we said no, and, you know, he's booked out a year and a half, 2 years anyway. So I mean, you have to,
Either one. Yeah, I mean, I think
right.
for
Yeah,
both.
it's get it done.
Yeah.
Thank you, Robin.
Any further public comment? Next up then is review of Miffle management contract.
Yeah, I'll make the motion. We go into closed session under 19.851E for the purpose of reviewing the Miffle management contract.
I'll second that. Do roll call vote for this. Susan,
Yes.
Michael,
Yes.
Joseph,
Yes.
I'm a yes. Glenn,
Yes.
Mary,
Yes.
Ben?